You know, in one of the interviews you granted, you said you only had 1 or 2 shoes. And from what I can see here, I mean, I'm just digressing, do not be offended. I can see 2 sports shoes here.
Yes.
And as usual, and 2 Marks and Spencer shoes.
Yes.
Wow.
It's very simple, let me tell you. When I say people think it's anything, these shoes are in the shop.
Yeah.
If you go to Marks and Spencer,
They are there. The prices are there.
The prices are there and everything's there. So when people go and pack it and put in their hands, I laugh. Let me tell you a thought of my hand. This is my room. So you see that you will see another one. So when you pack all these things and put in your all over the place, so everywhere is shoe, everywhere is watch, everywhere is no. You don't need them. It's a different thing if they're no longer in the shop. I say, okay, because they're running out of it, let me pack it and go and keep it in my house. But for something that is available and is there, you're going to pack it in your house, occupy space, and that's why they need 10 rooms, 8 rooms. No, I need only 2 rooms. The only thing that you see here is book. Bible.
Yes.
You can see so many different Bibles.
Yes. And your rosaries as well.
And my rosaries all over the place. You just pray, think, read, that's it. Nothing else.
The simplicity of Mr. Peter Obi's lifestyle is no longer something that anybody is in doubt with. You can see he has 2 shoes. He has said it severally that he always has 2 shoes. And then you can also see his sitting room and his bedroom. 1 sitting room, 1 bedroom, and his kitchen. However, just to clarify, he has a big house, but he said he doesn't stay in that big house until the wife comes. In fact, it was the wife that forced him to build the big house. So, but whenever he is alone in the house, he stays here. That is the explanation that he gave. So, but you can see the simplicity of this man. You can see how this man, how his life is. And he is a billionaire and is a millionaire in dollars. And this is how he has chosen to live his life. And I see some people, talk that maybe he's pretending, or maybe that it is not good for him to be living that way. And, I've had some mixed reactions about this his style of life. And it is quite disturbing because they normally see it that as a big man that he is, that it is wrong for him to live that way, especially seeing how other politicians live. And it shows me how our mindsets have been distorted in Nigeria by corrupt politicians. So we now see political leaders as people who must live extravagant and very wealthy lifestyle, even when they don't have any means of making the money. And when you look at Mr. Peter Obi's simplicity of life, and then you realize that many great leaders in the world actually lived like that. Very many great leaders in the world, they were also known to be that simple, to be that selfless. And bringing it home, we'll just look at 2 examples of people who had led Nigeria in the past and they actually lived like Mr. Peter Obi is living now. One of them is the former Prime Minister, Tafawa Balewa. Now, this man was so simple that where he was going for holidays was in his village. A story has it that a BBC reporter at some point wanted to interview him, and he was told that he had gone for holidays, and he wanted to know where he went for the holidays, and they told him he went to his hometown, Tafawa Balewa in Bauchi State. And he traveled to Bauchi State, and lo and behold, he met the Prime Minister eating sugarcane with about 2 children sitting down with him on the mat. So you can imagine now, Prime Minister means president. just like Tinubu going to his village, sitting down with some children, maybe his grandchildren, and be eating sugarcane. So you can imagine the sight will look like it is not possible. However, a prime minister who is like a president in our modern day Nigeria would go to holidays in his village and relax in his village with probably his grandchildren eating sugarcane, and that was his holiday. Not France, not UK, not Germany. And guess what? This man was highly respected even abroad. I saw a video of when he visited the United States of America. The way he was received was something else. And I would like you to take a look at the video, just a small clip of the video. Just watch, and I'll come back.
America is waiting for the arrival in Washington of the Prime Minister of the Federation of Nigeria, Alhaji Sir Tafawa Balewa. Prime Minister Balewa is making an official visit to America at the invitation of the President of the United States, John F. Kennedy. Waiting at the airport to greet him are Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson, Secretary of State Dean Rusk, Mr. Joseph Palmer, the American Ambassador to Nigeria, and other high-ranking American officials. Accompanying the Prime Minister is Minister of Foreign Affairs Wachuku, Ambassador Udochi, and Minister Shagari and Benson, and other key members of the Nigerian government.
I am very pleased to be with you in Washington today, and I look forward to the week which we are to spend among you. I have no doubt that the American people will receive us with all the kindness that they all receive strangers. This is just a brief reply to your very warm address of welcome. Thank you.
The second person I would like us to look at is Dr. M.I Okpara. Now, Dr. M.I Okpara was the premier of the Eastern region before the military took over in 1966. Now, this man so much governed that the economy of the Eastern region was the fastest growing economy in the whole world, according to this study by Michigan State University in the USA. But guess what? M.I Okpara did not have a house in Enugu, neither did he have a house in his village. In fact, it was when he finished his tenure that some friends and associates gathered together and built him a house in the village. Yet, this man was overseeing an economy that was the fastest growing in the world. Yet, he didn't have a house in Enugu, the capital city, nor his village. And these are examples, just few examples I will give of great leaders who actually lived simple lives. And when you check most great leaders, many great leaders that brought revolution to their countries, to the world, many of them lived simple life, lived selfless lives. Not what we see today, not this embezzling of funds and using public money to live very wealthy life that we see today from our politicians. And that is why Mr. Peter Obi is completely different. And for those of you who think he's pretending, I don't see why he's pretending. That video you saw was in 2022. Why would he pretend? That is him. He doesn't hide that he has money. He says it every now and then that he is very rich. So he is not pretending, he's just being him. And this is why when you look at him and you look at other people who are in this race, you notice that he is the best because he will be able to govern Nigeria selflessly and bring us from consumption to production. So I will encourage us to please let us support him and let us make sure by God's grace that come 2027, he becomes our president. Thank you for your time, and may God bless you.